In this video I'm going to go over how I make a piece from start to finish using this piece as an example. Most of the time I'm using Super Sculpey for the original sculpture. This is a polymer clay that you can bake in the oven. There's the original, which is a fleshy color, and then there is also a firm, which is a dark gray. I like the firm if I'm doing a lot of detail or texture. Most of the time I'll start off with a tinfoil armature. If I need more structural support, sometimes I will use aluminum rods or even pieces of wood. For this little guy I'm using the soft for the body, the firm for the face, and then there's a little cast resin hand blended into the head. The next step is to mold the piece. First thing I'll do is secure it to a board. Then out of foam core I'll build a little box to go around the piece. I leave about 1 inch to 1/2 inch spacing between the piece and the box around the inside. I'll run a bead of glue around the box to make sure it's attached to the board. The next step is to mix and pour the silicone. I'm using a silicone here called Mold Star 15. It's from a company called Smooth On. It's a 2-part system. You mix part A and part B in equal amounts by volume. After it's thoroughly mixed, I will pour it in the mold box. This silicone takes about 4 hours to fully harden. Then I'll cut the mold open down the sides in a zigzag pattern, which is called a jeweler's cut, and pull out the original sculpture. I'll dust in a little layer of baby powder, blow the excess powder out. This acts as a mold release and helps the resin pop out a little bit easier. Then wrap the mold up with rubber bands and pour in the resin. The resin I'm using here is also from Smooth On and also a 2-part process. Mix part A with part B in equal volumes. In about 3 minutes the liquid solidifies into a hard resin. Wait about 30 minutes, then I pop the resin out. I'll clean the pieces up with an assortment of tools, mostly an X-Acto knife and sandpaper. Then finish the pieces with a variety of paints. Then I'll photograph the pieces, take them into Photoshop, get them up on my web store for sale, and finally wrap them up, put them in a box, and drop them off at the post office. Stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and get into the details of sculpting with Super Sculpey.